Hey everybody, the purpose of today's video is a gathering tune-up. This is designed to be a streamlined version of my Gathering 101 video, and a streamlined version to quickly catch accounts up to speed on around where they should be at for gathering. So the link for my 101 video is going to be in the description, but with that, let's jump right into this to keep it as short as possible. So the first thing you're going to need to do is decide which heroes to use. The heroes that almost everybody is going to be using are going to be these 14 heroes. Your 15th hero is optional, and then if you have 6 marches, your other 3 heroes are also going to be optional. The reason I say that is the other 4 heroes that are optional are kind of going to be heroes that may not be able to have perks on them, but other than that, all these other heroes you should be able to perk, or they have some other benefit that we'll discuss in a second. So the perks that you are aiming for are world map collection speed, and then either food or gathering speed. These perks are designed to give you a 48% gather speed increase, and the food or oil one is or because you don't need both because you can't send to both tiles at once. But you just have to remember if you have or, if you only have one of them, you can only send that hero to that tile. Otherwise, you're wasting the perk and the benefit of having the perk to begin with. So the reason you use purple heroes for perks is because you get so many stinking shards for these guys. It's not even funny. And you're able to perk all the purple heroes based off of just one hero, basically. So you can always exchange your perks to other purple heroes using the exchange perk. If you can't get shards for people like Flora, Kate Curry, Del Huyar, Ishii, those guys, you can just fill out your perks, flip them over there, start a new set of perks here. There are 3 other perks that are semi-relevant to gathering. You have gathering load, you have gold gathering speed, and then you have march speed. The one that I suggest using of those 3, if you have 4 slots unlocked, is march speed, because march speed gets you to and from a tile faster, meaning you gather faster. Gathering load only increases your gather size, typically only useful after big fights where you don't have a lot of troops. And then the gold gather is pretty much useless because nobody really gathers gold anyway. So once you have your heroes all perked, you want to make sure that you have your heroes as perked as you can, because the higher the perk, the faster they gather. The next thing you need is the gather skills. So the skills you are focusing on are the rare resource gathering speed, the non-rare resource gathering speed, the rare food or oil gathering speed, and the non-rare food or oil gathering speed. These are the skills you need. You want to focus on the rares first and then the non-rares, because the rares are gathering at a much higher speed than the non-rares. So if you only have 2 slots for them, definitely put on the 2 rare ones first and then the non-rares. You want to make sure that your skills, so you have a food gathering skill here, match the perk that you have. So I have a food gathering perk and a food gathering skill. So this hero is going to be a food gatherer. Something you don't want to do is what I set up here on Hammer, where you have a food gathering perk and you have oil gathering skills. I did this on purpose so you guys could see it. That is a no-no, because if I send it to an oil tile, I'm losing the food gathering perk. If I send it to a food tile, I'm losing the oil skills. So make sure you're definitely keeping track. I highly suggest having a notepad and just writing down which heroes are which, just so you know at least when you're setting it up. So there's also 2 ways to operate the skills. You can either have one set of skills on all your heroes. So every hero has their own set of skills. This gives you a lower set of skills. If you really want to optimize your skills, what you're actually able to do is you're able to have 3 resource gathering speeds, rare and non-rare, and then you need 3 of each, the oil and the food. And how it works is you set up your 3 heroes with oil or food, and then the resource gathering. You send it to a tile. Once it reaches the tile, you unequip the skills, you put it onto your next march, and you send them out. And you repeat that every time you need to send heroes or send your gathering marches out. This is going to provide you with higher level skills, meaning you're gathering faster, but it's a lot of extra clicking and a lot of extra remembering. So if you're not good at that type of thing, I suggest keeping it simple and just having one gather skill for each person. Otherwise, you could be actually reducing your optimal gathering because you forget things or you're just too lazy. So now that you have your perks and your skill set, make sure you keep track of other heroes. So you have people like Gonzo who and Tywin. Both of them have a exclusive skill that increases the gathering speed at level 3 and level 5. You have some people like Del Huyar, where if you're gathering Odinium, definitely want to make sure you're using her because she gives a 31% boost there. Kate Curry, Ishii, and Black Widow all have a gathering speed. So if you're using a blue hero, make sure you use Black Widow because you are able to. She does have an 18.5% gather speed boost just in her natural exclusive skill, and you are able to perk them pretty easily as well. Flora has one where if you're attacking a tile, you'd want to use her because she'll give you a 13% gather speed boost there. But otherwise, all the other purple heroes you're just using because they are easier to perk because you get so many shards for them. The reason I'm using Belle is because she's a 5-star hero, so she was able to use all 4 of her slots a lot easier. And she gathers more because she's a 5-star, because you can send more troops per tile. So that is the hero setup. The next thing you want to do is go into your base and set up your formations. This isn't something you have to do. I highly suggest it so you don't get confused or have to sit there and remember your marches. I have my 5 marches set up on 2 through 6 here, and they are all set based on things. So I have 2 and 3 are my food gatherers, 4 and 5 are my oil gatherers, and 6 is my flip flop. So they either gather food or oil depending on what you need. Typically it's oil because I need it for my Valhalla. So that is that. The next thing is to make sure you have a super minor skin. This provides a 50% gather speed and a 50% load bonus. Not that the load bonus is important, but the gather speed is. Make sure you have all of your decor set up. There are some decor that you don't have to have necessarily equipped. Once you have the full set, it gives you this gather boost. So you can see this one here, hydraulic crane, gives me a 5% gather speed. There's a few of those around if you click. So there's this flag that does 5%. The decor bundles, you don't have to have those ones equipped, but there are some that you have to have equipped. I don't remember which ones they are. Make sure you go through your decor, make sure it's set up, and make sure it's the highest level it can be. So you're definitely gaining as much as you can as soon as you can. So the next thing is your Alliance badge. Your Alliance badge gives you a 5% food and oil gather speed. And then just for having it, you get a 3% gather speed. Kind of a common misconception is that if you have something equipped, you don't get the holding bonus. That's not true. If it's equipped, you get the equip bonus and the holding bonus. And if it's not equipped, you only get the holding bonus. So definitely have it equipped if you're trying to gather. Then the VIP does give you some additional gather speed. The higher the VIP, the higher the gathering speed. I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything here. The last thing is to make sure you're gathering on the right tiles, I would say. So you can see right here, Magnus's tile gives a 425k output. So that's 425k per hour gathering speed. If I click on a level, I want to find a level 5 farmland just to make sure so you guys can see. It is 277. So you can see, it doesn't matter the level, they're all 277. So all farmlands and all of the level 6 resource rune tiles are all the same speed. They're all the 277. It'll be different depending on your account, but that's my base gather speed is 277. Whereas if I click on a barn, you can see that that's already increased to 425, nearly double. So what that means is if I'm gathering for 8 hours, I'm almost gathering double what I would gather on these farmlands. So with that, don't gather on the farmlands overnight just because you want to stay on the tile all night. Definitely gather on these because you can gather for half the time and still get the same amount of resources. Even if your troops get called back home in the middle of the night or something, it's still going to benefit you more. The other thing is the alliance building. It gathers slower than the farmland even. The only benefit to that is it keeps your troops safe. So definitely something to think about. That's all I have for you on this gathering tune-up. I hope you all enjoyed the content and this is helpful for anybody that's watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy it, and see ya.